Uh, Full duplex means that, thank you, Jens, thank you. It can send and receive data at the same time. That's full duplex, right? Similar to a telephone call. I can talk to you while you are talking to me at the same time. I don't have to wait. We can speak at the same time. That's important. Send and receive data at the same time. Full duplex, full feature, and we need to use this. I'll call it an expansion module for now. That fit there. So that's a different type of cables for a different type of job based on your particular requirements. Okay, fiber channel port, obviously. We spoke about fiber channel, right? It's an interface as well. Yeah, it's based on SCSI in a way, like some of them. Also support, sorry, arbitrated loop, fiber channel, arbitrated loop. So arbitrated means negotiated. And also it's a full duplex, like support full duplex, sending data back and forth for the same time, right? Also, it supports on the different layers. It supports IP, meaning that it can send, it can transmit data over the internet, right? Using technology like fiber optic, etc. And supports SCSI, as I said, that we have SCSI, iSCSI, right? But then the most important feature of serial data transmission interface is that high speed. Any network, I said there's a lot of investment in network technologies, must be reliable. You don't want to lose packet loss. Reliable. We don't want to lose packets over the transmission. Low latency. It must be quick about things because we don't have time to wait. Low latency. Don't be slow. Higher throughput. Receiving as quickly as possible. Let's look at what it is. Yes, it must just slot in there. See, that you can just plug it in to your fiber channel port, which is where your fiber optics come in. But the shape of the, you've seen this before. I'm just emphasizing there for right? These we said solid state drives, né? In compared to hard drives. Now here we're talking, yes, more expensive, I said before. Yes, more expensive. However, reliable. Ne? Power consumption is lower. Power consumption, we say energy levels, the requirements for electricity, right? Portability. Portability can be used on a variety of it's portable because it's universal. Let's look at it that way. Can be used right across. Ne? Now it's becoming an industry standard. It might be expensive. It might be expensive, but it's used in a variety of industry now, and it's growing in that SSD, solid state drives. Another thing that's not mentioned here, which is a good comparison, SSDs are quieter because it's flat, no moving parts. It's quieter than hard drives. Remember that sound that a hard drive makes when you say so. It's irritating. Imagine in a data center if you're only using hard drives with all of that noise from many cabinets within your data center. Can you see that advantage? So SSDs use flash. You know flash from your flash drives called your USB sticks, right? So there's no mechanical structure, I said, inside, right? So it emits less heat, as I said, generate less noise. It doesn't make noise, and it uses less power, which means it's more energy efficient. So in your exam, it will say, it might not say less power. It will say choose, is it? So they'll put in a question. So the questions are asked like this in the exam. What are the advantages of SSD? Excuse me. What are the advantages of SSD over SD? And then they'll put like 5. One, uh, uses, instead of saying uses less power, consumes less power, it will say energy efficient, less heat, less noise. But you must know that when they say less power, they can even change that to energy efficient. Get it? Yeah. So in with SSDs as well, but they will improve on that. So program program erase life cycle as you bought it that time. Its service lifetime will be determined by that. So another way that you must think about it, the more it works, the more the more has been, it's gonna run out sometimes. Right? So this is just the general of an SSD, right? It's a host interface, right? You know what an interface is, right? It takes you, it connects you to where you need to that host. An interface could be your NVMe, non-volatile memory express, which is based on PCIe technology. Processor being your processor being similar to your CPU. Your RAM, temporary storage as well, works together in computer architecture with your processor. So your NAND flash interface, which talk to your packages as they deliver. What is buffer manager? When we say buffer, it keeps things there temporarily. Remember I said when we were watching YouTube 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, it will come, it would buffer. What it's doing as your movie plays, your movie stops and says buffering. Buffering is using a buffer where it stores the next incoming packets, and then those will be read again and played until a point where it needs to buffer some more. Do you understand that? Remember that?
Would you say the buffer and the cache are somewhat of the same thing?
In a way, but not the same, but in a way you are right. The logic is the same, right? In this context, it caches the incoming package. Yes, if you want to think about it that way, that's still correct, right? Because it keeps, so as packages come or packets come, they will be stored in the buffer and play and they will continue to be transmitted while others are coming in and staying in the buffer to keep up with the processor. If you look at that way, the processor buffer, you see, so in that way, man. So we spoke about, these are just the designs, né? Of these are the designs of the, so these are cells, right? SLC, you see the number of bits, right? So the storage capacity is small, right? Because in each cell you are storing less, right? So that the what in a multi-level cell, you see that you can store more bits per cell, so multi uh, bits per cell. So which means that the speed is less, 1 bit, right? So to cycle through your your storage take time, right? It's also reliable, but the capacity is small, right? The capacity, remember, is what you the size of the size of data you can store in there. But then the problem here is, né, when you remember what I said, move on to here in terms of cells. When you are advising on which one to go for, so these are SSD technologies that are supported, right? So with SLC, single, right? Multi-level, right? 1 bit, 2 bit cell, 1 bit per cell, 1 bit per cell. Per cell. Now, 50, 100,000, a programming array cycle, best reliability. Yeah? Storage capacity is small. You see what I mean? Storage capacity is small. It's expensive. You see, that's how you choose. Right? The multi-layer cell, it's 3,000 per cycle. Yeah? The speed is slower, right? The speed is slower. The price is low. You see how you think about this thing? Does that make sense when you comparison which SSD configuration to choose, right? A single layer, 2 bits, 3 bits as you go along. Now accuracy, capacity further improved. Your performance and life cycle are further reduced, right? The life cycle, remember the life cycle of an SSD is program and erase, right? So 100,000, which means the life cycle of your SSD is reduced. We are okay. All right. So address mapping, right? So how do I explain this? So you have physical. This is called abstraction. Yeah? Abstraction. So now, how do you map the address? Yeah? You have the logical block address and the physical block. Yeah? Where is this data? Where is this data? This data, the logical block, logically means that virtually. That is what the user sees. Do you understand? That is what the user sees, right? The physical block is the actual this gives a logical block of where that data center is, right? As an example, I'm going to be slow about this so that you can understand. I can put number 10 Fraser Street, Central, Port Elizabeth, 6200, South Africa. But the physical block would be the actual block is the coordinate is. Why would this be? Can you please tell me? Why with this logical block? Why? Why? One example of where you think. It's because the user about. So now, if say now you move your address, your actual address, to number 44 Smith Street, what do you need to change? Only unit, because that is just a map to that without the actual. Do you remember? So when they say that the logical block is not fixed, right? Is not fixed. The relationship between the logical block and the physical block is not fixed, which means that time to that action. Does anyone understand this? Where I'm going with it? Anyone? Any part that you understand of it? Then we can continue.
Maybe clarify on there again.
So the logical to understand. You have a storage device here in your company, right? These are the of it, the physical way it's physically located. Having this, right? So now you move the address, right? With change, all you need to do is you can change that. But whatever you are changing it to that, which is the physical block address. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the relationship between the two. Continue.
No, I was just confirming that I understand.
Yeah, cool. So that helps when you are busy moving around. Your offices and other partners that you work with, not where the physical block is, right? They can just look at the logical block. Okay, what's going on here? Here's what's important. Right? Okay, remember what we said, right? the advantages of now we are comparing, right? SSD advantages over hard drive. So it depends on time, right? It yeah, we've discussed that mechanical hard drives, when it comes to performance, they depend on seek time. Remember, we showed the seek time is moving. Hey, Yano, Yano, hey guys, ndiseklasini man, ndiyatitsha zagoyango. So that I was just, so with SSD problems. So the SSD has a higher performance, right? Power consumption, that's the summary I want to give. Power consumption for a SSD is lower than a hard drive. This is remember IOPS, input. So now, as I said, that for all these I'm summarizing, for all these technologies by choice, you have to understand why you are using them, so that you explain to someone as you make these purchases. And the general term would be that you will use your SSD for high performance environment where you're using the data the most, in terms of which type of data do you want to store, etc. And when you are using HDDs, you use them for cycles. I think here we will stop. I think here we will stop for now. And I just want to get your feelings about today, when we started, which I'll continue next week sometime, but with your ambassador. Then whatever you suggest when we should meet. So tomorrow we're meeting. We're not meeting. Next week we start our 2-day meetings, but we'll talk about that on the WhatsApp. Can I just gauge how we feel about today, so that we can say goodbye and enjoy your weekend? Just your comments, anyone?
That was a good question, sir.
Thank,
For listening.
no, thanks, thank you, Michael. Anyone else?
Okay, can you please send this slide and the ones for Tuesday on the group?
Yeah, I've recorded these. I'll post them now because I have enough data to do so. I did not have. So I have enough data to send them to YouTube, maybe. Then we can see them there. And also on my YouTube channel, I have a lot more slides from the past, but you'll see them when you get there. But thank you so much, everyone, and I really appreciate your time. Yeah, let's keep this momentum. I'm enjoying the attendance as well. People are coming to class. Goodbye and enjoy your weekend. We'll speak again on WhatsApp, where your ambassador will discuss the times where we meet, which days, but 2 days a week next week. Okay? Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye. Cheers.